All right, we have Turistas, which is from 2005, which has kind of a vibe of like the Hostel movies. You have a bunch of young characters on a bus. Their bus ends up flipping. All of their stuff, of course, falls out. And luckily, all the characters get off the bus in time, so no one is injured or killed. They meet like this cool lady on vacation, played by Melissa George, who is an Australian in real life. And she says, we can't stay here. We got to get off the road. I've read there's like a really cool beach nearby. And they basically meet one of the natives there. And he says, "Oh, come on over. We'll come party on this beach. And eventually, you'll get to get a ride to another bus." And, the group of friends end up partying with each other and dancing. And one by one, they end up passing out. And you realize they were drugged. They wake up, all their stuff is gone, their passports, their money, their phone. So they're basically screwed. And they follow this native to the beach. He says, "Oh, come on, stick with me. I got the hookup. I'll help you guys out." And they end up getting pretty much like dunked on by native children. They end up throwing rocks at each other and fighting, and the crowd of people basically go after them, and they're basically chased through up to the jungle. And you realize, this is like all a scheme. They end up going to this like house in the jungle, and they find all this medical equipment and end up having a drink and taking a nap. And then they wake up realizing that this was all a scam to traffic their organs for poor people. And they realize this is a regular occurrence, and they're basically tied up having to watch each other, be not even be put under much, as they have to basically get these organs while they're still alive to put them on ice and to deliver them on time. And you have like two of his crew members who are basically forced into doing this work, and they are on drugs. They drink a lot, and they say, "I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to traffic any more people or their organs." And they basically don't have a choice. So you just have these characters in peril, basically kept in these huts and cages like dogs, basically next on the chopping block for their organs. So yeah, this movie's kind of like a hostile movie, but with organ trafficking. So thought this movie was really cool. Haven't watched it in a while. There's an unrated cut and there's a regular cut. I think this cut only has like maybe like a few more seconds or a minute of like different scenes, maybe a little bit more gore. It's not like you're watching like a whole new movie from the first cut. So I'm gonna wrap this up. I've been rambling for a long time. Turistas, 2005. Bye.